So now we're going to get into the controversial parts of the series. Robert Jordan died after writing that last book, and Brandon Sanderson had to finish taking up the mantle. Now, as far as obviously the perfect scenario would have been Robert Jordan lived and we got his version of it. Now, I have a lot of thoughts on Brandon Sanderson. Now, if I'm specifically just because of the books, I think they could have done worse. I think they could have picked a much worse author. Now, it is really odd. I think I said this earlier. Brandon Sanderson has a very cinematic style that comes through in this, and if I'm being honest, I love it. Sanderson, I don't think was a bad pick. I think, given the situation that they were dealt, where literally Robert Jordan fucking died, you had to pick somebody, and there's no way they could just, oh well, let's just not finish the series. Fuck no, absolutely not. They had to do something. It's very obvious. Sanderson can write very well. He can describe stuff very well. He can take notes and adapt them into a pretty good story. The problem is, it's very obvious which characters he had extensive notes about and which ones he did not. Because some characters basically get fucking forgotten and left in the dust. They could have gotten in a Luigi board and a Luigi board. A Ouija board and transcribed the letter by letter. That would have been perfect. That would have been fucking amazing. Oh God, I fucking wish they would have done that. So like I said, I don't hate the Sanderson books just because they're Sanderson. So let me get into it. Just the final three. So this book right here. And I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna do something a little different for you guys. I'm gonna rank this first. Now that is a fucking hot take, especially in the community. I love this fucking book. It is fantastic, and I'm gonna explain myself. Don't worry. It is very obvious. It is very obvious Robert Jordan wrote some of the scenes for this book. It's also really obvious Robert Jordan left a crazy amount of notes for Sanderson to follow in this book. Because, dude, there's some scenes in this fucking book that go so goddamn hard, and I'm like, dude, there's no way Sanderson did this. There's no way he did this. So, there's a lot of context that has to go into this. So let's start character by character. Rand, right? Rand is at the peak of his fucking insanity. This dude is going crazy. So as I mentioned before, that statue that he had for Cho'od on Call, the like all-powerful fucking sa'angreal that gives him untapped power into the magic source. Well, he kept it, and but he's using it now. Now he's basically using it when he doesn't even fucking need to. He's even like turning away potential allies. So it's kind of a B plot. The armies of the Borderland kingdoms took their armies and rode south to go find the Dragon Reborn. And he basically told them to go fuck themselves. That he is above them, and it's their fault if we lose the war. The last three were originally supposed to be a single book, which Jordan, even before he passed, was realizing would be... Yeah, so originally, this book, the last three were supposed to be one book. I'm telling you guys right now, that would have been stupid. That would have been fucking crazy. Literally just Gathering Storm. Sorry. There's like a glossary in the back. Just Gathering Storm is 1,070 pages. And let me tell you something, the other two, Towers of Midnight and Memory of Light, are just as long, if not longer. So, That wasn't gonna fucking work. So Rand's going fucking crazy. And this is where Cadsuane kind of comes in handy, right? So she's been kind of fucking annoying as shit and miserable for the last couple of books. And she kind of inadvertently fucks herself over into being a good character. So the whole thing that she needed to teach Rand, and she confides this in Min, is that she needs to remind Rand that he is human. That, and mind you, this isn't a Sanderson thing, this is a Jordan thing. He mentioned this in like the last book. That she needs to teach Rand that he's not invincible. That he needs to fight for the things he loves, and that he is above all still a man and a human being. And she needs to hear him laugh again and cry, because he hasn't done that in like 6 fucking books at this point. So what she does is she gets his father to show up, right? She goes to Emond's Field, gets his dad, and brings him there, and just says, "Hey, man, just get him to just reminisce about the good old times," right? Just coaches him on what to say. And Rand, like I said, Rand right now is basically king of the fucking world. Basically king of the fucking world. And so his dad shows up. And I'm gonna preemptively, guys, this is gonna be kind of a long one, but I gotta give you the big spoiler. I'm gonna give you the big fucking spoiler. All she had to do was delete his 800-hour long Animal Crossing. Shit. So I'm gonna give you the big fucking spoiler alert. This one's gonna be a long one. I'm very sorry, but this is one of those ones where if it was spoiled for me before I read it, I'd be mad. I'd be mad as fuck, because it's that good. So I'm gonna give you guys a minute to see this and mute real quick. While I glug my water. So here we go. So his dad comes in. Mind you, throughout this series, we haven't really talked about his dad very much. Tam. Tam's a good guy, right? Good guy, pretty basic character, pretty simple. And it's also his adopted father. Dad goes to Rand and does the, "Hey son, remember all those good times we had back in Emond's Field?" And Rand is on the verge, right? Rand is like, yeah, I remember that. Those were good times. And he's on the verge of laughing. He's on the verge of having a good laugh with his father. And then his dad says, "Yeah, when that Cadsuane Sedai came to me and told me I needed to come talk to you," and immediately, Rand says, "What? What do you mean she came to you?" And immediately interprets this as Cadsuane trying to control him, put him in a box. And Rand fucking loses it. He gets at that fucking statue, and he gets within a fucking millimeter of melting his own father with balefire. Like, just loses his fucking mind, his whole fucking temper, and just goes crazy. And he yells out to the world. He said, "All right, you know what? Fuck them all. I'm gonna just lean into this shit." And he goes to Ebu Dar, which, mind you, is under Shan-Chan control now. Goes there, and he gets, again, within like an inch of just... So he stands on this bridge. And he's about to balefire the whole fucking city. He's about to drop a nuke on their asses. Delete this whole fucking city from existence. But he's so sick, and he's so distraught, he can't even grip the power, and he gets sick right there, fucking like puking all over the place, and he falls into a portal that he unconsciously makes, right? And when he pops out, he's on top of Dragonmount. Now, I haven't mentioned Dragonmount. Dragonmount is, well, a huge fucking mountain that he was actually born on the slopes of back when he was a baby. That Tam found him on during the Aiel War and brought him home as a baby. So, kind of long shit there. But so basically, he's there on top of this mountain, on the very, very top. And he, using this Sa'angreal, basically has a synchronicity moment where he links completely with Lews Therin, and he is absorbing every drop of power that he could possibly hold. I'm talking, he's like as strong as the creator himself in this very moment, and he loses sight of everything. And he says, you know what? What's the fucking point? What's the point of fighting and dying and fighting and dying over and over and over again? What the fuck are we even doing? I should just end it all. I should just break the world again. I should destroy everything. And then Lews Therin, in a moment of clarity, instead of rambling like a madman, he says in his head, he says, we do it for them. And he remembers his wife, Ilyena, and the fact that, yeah, she's dead, but she was reborn somewhere, and she lives on, and he still loves her dearly. And then Rand remembers 3 girls that he is madly in love with, and that if he destroyed the world, he would be destroying them too, and everything that they love, everything that he loves. And then that's when it hits him. That's what it's all about. You got to fight to defend the things you love, not destroy the things that you hate. As horrible as the Dark One is, how horrible would he be if he destroyed everything for no fucking reason? So there's this insane fucking moment where he is like on the verge of destroying the whole fucking world, burning every living being out of existence with balefire, and he backs off after he learns what it's all about. And in that moment, inverts the power and destroys the statue, never to be able to use that kind of power ever again. And it's again another scene that almost made me cry, like absolutely fucking insane. All right, I'm gonna come back from the spoiler, but that's what that was. Hey, everybody's here. Hey, okay, so yeah, Rand has a moment. Rand has a little moment, and basically realizes what it's all about, and decides what he needs to do. So, and that's like that. That's how he ended the book, which is fucking insane to me. Like, that was a crazy cliffhanger. So that's good. Fucking let's go to Perrin. Now, Perrin doesn't have as much to do in this book. He gets a lot more in the next book, but in this is like a Rand heavy book and a Mat heavy book. But Perrin basically, unfortunately, takes a small step backwards in his arc. He starts wishy-washy again with like the, oh, I don't know if I want to be a king. Why do all these people follow me? I don't know. I was just so shitty when I was in charge, and I just feel so bad about it. And that's the whole book. It's the whole fucking book. Every time he comes up, I'm like, oh God, what And so that's the problem, is that like Perrin for the first fucking 6 books is goated, is so perfect. He had such a good early arc. And then he just didn't know what to do with him, so he just redid the arc. He just did it over again. And it was so weird. But yeah, so he just, for this whole book, is kind of like I don't know if I have what it takes to be a leader. And it's like, dude, you have thousands of people following you feverishly. They love you. Also, spoiler alert, small one, the prophet died. Faile, God bless her fucking heart, in the prologue of this book, Faile fucking kills him. Super fucking dope. Super fucking dope. Everyone else trudging through growth with dude, Groundhog Day. Perrin is like a Groundhog Day 3 times. It's crazy. I don't get it. That's like the one downside of this fucking book, is the Perrin arc. But yeah, Faile is a ride or die, and I love her so goddamn much. She basically, with her friends, hunts down, kills the prophet, and basically says, hey, no one tell my husband about this. his death would just weigh him down with his beautiful heart and his great conscience, and I don't want him to do that. So we're just gonna leave this guy to die here in the fucking snow, and we're gonna bounce. And also Faile, God, this book is like a Faile book, bro. She also confronts Barrelane, right? Because if you remember, Barrelane's the like seductress that wants to steal Perrin. She basically finally approaches her and it's like, "Hey, bitch, I know what they're all saying, bitch." And Barrelane does that. "Oh, it didn't actually happen, even if we wanted it to." And she goes, "I know it didn't happen, bitch, because I know my man. I know my man, and he's better than you, bitch. You don't fucking deserve him, bitch." It's like fucking Jerry Springer, and it is beautiful. God, it is beautiful. Faile, best wife in the canon. I'm saying it right here. I'll probably pick another one in 20 minutes, but we'll see. I can't pick. I can't decide. I can't fucking decide. Like, she might not be the most beautiful in the franchise, right? Because obviously, we got these other hoes, but as far as like loyalty and ferocity goes, like, fuck, man, you can't do better. You can't do better than Faile in this series. So, Barrelane getting smacked down is like, dude, to Viren Digger. Exactly. Barrelane is just like attracted to the power. That's really all it is. And yeah, I just fucking love Faile approaching her and just, "Hey, bitch, I know what you did, bitch." Just like super catty. I love. There's another scene like that back in the beginning of book 4. This has the exact same energy that I just fucking can't get enough of. It's so funny. Oh, god damn. So that happens. Basically, Faile goes to, and this is like not important, but I just like talking about it. Faile basically goes to Barrelane and says, "I know how to fix this. Let's have a knife fight to the death, bitch." And Barrelane's like, "What? What the fuck? No, I'm not doing that. You're fucking insane." He goes, "Why not, bitch? You fucking scared, bitch?" And Barrelane's like, "Yeah, I'm not fucking knife fighting. You're fucking crazy over a rumor that I didn't even do." And she goes, "It doesn't matter. It's tormenting my husband. So we're gonna fight, bitch." And Barrelane basically has to do that. Okay, fuck. God damn. Okay, well, how about this? How about we find a more creative way to solve this? How about we dispel the rumors ourselves by appearing to be friends in front of everybody, and then maybe the rumors will seem baseless. So that's what they did. So basically, Faile corners Barrelane into making a better plan, and I love that poker move, right? Where she's just banking on Barrelane to call her, because it's from Faile's perspective in that scene, and in her internal monologue, she's like, "Oh God, please come up with something. I don't want to knife fight anybody. This is insane." Stabby sounds like I know, right? Or just stab that bitch. But oh God, it's so fun. I love the catty nature of some of the women in these books. I don't know, man. It's fun. But that's really the highlight of this book, is with Perrin specifically, is just like his relationship with Faile being kind of repaired. Now, so that's that. Also, I haven't mentioned them much. The White Cloaks. I know we mentioned them a little bit earlier on, and they are a persistent thing throughout this series. I promise they are, but they're always kind of like in the background doing stuff. So, kind of a long story, but basically the White Cloaks have split after the Seanchan conquered their castle. And the ones loyal to the Seanchan stayed with the Seanchan. And the ones not have now started riding north with Galad. I have not mentioned Galad before. Galad's a very simple character. Galad is the step-brother or he's either a step or half-brother of Elaine. And he's kind of, I don't want to say pretentious, but he always does the right thing. Like goody two-shoes paladin type. And that's why he joined the White Cloaks in the first place. So he's in charge of this group of White Cloaks that's kind of on a collision course with Perrin and his group. But we will get back to that in the next book. So, wait, or is that this book? Hold on. trying to remember if that happened in this book or the next book. You know what? I'm just going to talk about it. So basically, they meet up, and Morghese, who is the former Queen of Andor, Elaine's mother, she has actually been posing as a servant alongside Faile this whole time. Now, this is a much bigger plot point during the actual fucking story, kind of like a B plot. But point is, see, Galad's best moment was being chomped by Mat, and his yeah. So that was a pretty good moment. Mat kind of mogged on him with a stick once back in the day, and it was pretty good. It was pretty funny. So Galad, being the goody two shoes that he is, when these two forces meet up with each other in the field, they have this moment where and this is one of the few plot points I fucking can't stand. They do this thing that is colloquially known as the Trial of Perrin. Now, Galad has it out for Perrin because he is alleged to be a dark friend, right? A servant of the dark. And he admits to killing 2 White Cloaks back in the first book, because he's an honest man who he doesn't really lie about shit like that. So, Perrin's fucking solution to this, mind you, if they go toe to toe, Perrin's men would absolutely dick stomp, absolutely destroy these White Cloaks, just because they have a lot more men, they're pretty well rested, and they have a lot of channelers, which immediately even the odds. So there's that. But Perrin doesn't really want to cause unnecessary deaths because he is a good character. The old dick, exactly, just twist that motherfucker right off. And basically, they have probably the worst possible solution to this situation, where Perrin says, okay, tell you what, let my people go, but I know you won't just let me go, so have a trial for me. And you know what? Morghese, who has now revealed herself to be the Queen of Andor, he says Morghese can be the judge, and we'll present evidence and blah blah blah, yada yada yada. So they find him guilty of killing 2 White Cloaks, and the punishment is most likely death. So Perrin says, look, here's the only way I will agree to this. Let me fight in the last battle, and then after the last battle, you can have me. My ass is yours. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Kill me, fucking enslave me, whatever you want. And at first there's a lot of like contention to this, but then they finally kind of say, fuck it, whatever, just get the fuck out of here. I'm coming for that ass though. Whenever you're out of here, I'm fucking coming for that ass. So Perrin and his friends leave, and then he realizes that there's been some fucky shit going on, because their gateways haven't been working. So he decides, you know what? I think they were actually there to trap me. Now, there's a lot in the background going on with the Forsaken that we've seen, and we can confirm that is actually what they intended to do. So Perrin doubles back and in a very cool battle saves the White Cloaks, even though they want him dead. And it's a really good scene. I really enjoyed it. And basically vindicates himself with Galad, and Galad basically tells him, hey, you know what? Don't worry about the punishment, bro. You're chill. If you actually are a dark friend, you're one clever motherfucker, but I don't think you are. And that's kind of the end of the Perrin arc. Now, let's get to Mat, shall we? Mat also does a good amount of fighting in this book. Mat and his band reunite, and they're trying their hardest to get Tuon the fuck out of there. And they have these cool new inventions for their crossbows that are they're just cranks, so you can basically fire off crossbows really fast. So he's like decimating the Shan Chan army that's like in the way between him and the mountain pass. And eventually, one of Tuon's childhood guards, who we met in the last book, but he was kind of like a C plus character, he catches up and he says, "Hey fam, I'm here to get the fucking Empress and get her the fuck out of here." To which Mat is like, "Shit, okay, get her out of here." Well, not exactly like that, but he is kind of relieved. And before Tuon leaves, she goes, "Matrim Coffin is my husband. Matrim Coffin is my husband." She says it 3 times, basically causing him to freak the fuck out. And he's like, "Oh, no, 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 please, please, no." The prophecy was true. And he is now officially married to the daughter of the Nine Moons. And it was really fun. It was a really funny scene. Also, it was very obvious while reading all 3 of these books. Sanderson's favorite character was Mat. Because Mat is borderline a fucking comedian in these books. Like just his little jokes, his quips, his everything. He is fucking hilarious. Not just like a sitcom kind of funny where it's like, oh, he gets himself into funny, kooky situations. No, he is actually fucking hilarious. Like he is just so like much funnier than Robert Jordan ever wrote him. Like, don't get me wrong, Robert Jordan had a lot of like sitcom funny moments with Mat, but like legitimately he turns into a fucking actual comedian in this book, and it's gold. Fucking gold. Actually fucking hilarious, and I love it so much. So then he basically fights his way up. He meets up with Varen, who I have not mentioned, but she has been a background character. She's a brown Aja Aes Sedai. Basically, they're all about knowledge and power. They're basically glorified librarians. She's really cool. She's pretty badass character. I like her a lot. Big twist in the next book with her, but don't worry about that. So her whole deal. Actually, no, that's in this book. I'll get to it. Don't worry. She says, "Hey, Mat, I got a deal for you. I will open up a gateway and take you to Caemlyn." Because mind you, he's been trying to get to Caemlyn for fucking ever. And he still has like 2 months to go if he's walking. She says, "Look, I will literally take you to Caemlyn, but I need you to do something for me." And Mat, to this point, we've seen Mat is insanely distrustful of any Aes Sedai, which is fair. Very untrustworthy. Well, not untrustworthy, but he just doesn't trust them. He doesn't appreciate them. He's a man who likes to carve his own destiny. She says, "Look, I'm going to give you a letter, a sealed envelope. And when you get to Caemlyn, stay there for 30 days. Don't leave. Just stay there for 30 days. And if in 30 days I don't return, open the letter and do what it says." And he's like, "Well, I'm not fucking doing that." And she says, "Okay. Or you can just open the letter and do what it says and you can leave." And he's like, "Well, I don't fucking do this. I don't want to make deals with you, bro." And she's like, "Look, I can't really get into it, but it's really fucking important. You just gonna have to fucking trust me." And mind you, they've met before under like in the second book. So he like does kind of a little tiny bit trust her, but like she's still an Aes Sedai, so it's still kind of So he doesn't really want to do it. But he eventually caves and says, "Fine, get me the fuck there to Caemlyn, so that way we can just get this over with. I just want to get out of the road." So he goes to Caemlyn. Now, while this is happening, Elaine. Now, this is where Elaine takes a huge drop off for me, where I do not like her. So, Min saw a vision over Elaine, that Elaine would not only become pregnant, but she would give birth to a baby girl, and that the baby girl would be healthy. Elaine takes this to mean that she is invincible, that she can do anything, and because Min's viewings always come true, he'll be fine. So we get this really annoying fucking scene where there is literally a battle happening on the wall. I'm talking arrows flying, dudes coming up on ladders, and the doctor told her, "Hey, don't leave your bed. Don't leave your bed." Because she sustained some injuries earlier, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. Don't leave your bed. You need to recover. So what does she do? She has her fucking servants carry her fucking bed to the battlements of the walls of the fucking keep to watch the battle firsthand. Are you fucking for real right now? Dude, come on. Come on. It's just, it's so... She turns more like haughty, more pretentious, more... Like, I know the whole idea is that she's like, oh, I found a way around the prophecy. That means I'm invincible now. That's hilarious. I mean, it is funny, right? Like, it is a funny kind of situation, but it's kind of annoying seeing this character who used to be really good, like this really interesting character, just immediately kind of dip into like this weird despot style ruler, but not like, like an actual dictator. God damn, I got burping. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Well, so it's just a weird fucking scene, and I'm not gonna get too much into it, but basically, because of this dynamic, she gets fucking kidnapped. The life path of a lot of femme fan. Yes, and you know what's funny? She's the only one in this fucking series, literally, and that's crazy because like half of this cast is female. Honestly, probably like 60% of this cast is female, and a lot of them are strong female characters. She is the only one that does this, like the only fucking one. But basically, and it took a change in author. I mean, Robert Jordan kind of played with it a little bit in the book before, but not too much. But point is, right, she ends up getting fucking kidnapped trying to find this like den of dark friends in the city, and it takes her warder Brigitte, who I have not talked about this far on purpose. She is wrapped up in my fan theory with Oliver, but point is, the very, 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 very quick version of this, Brigitte is one of the heroes of the Horn, right? These heroes destined to be reborn over and over and over again. Well, when they're dead, they hang out in Tali Amriad, right? That dream world. Well, in book 5, in Fires of Heaven, during that stupid circus arc, she got yanked out of Tali Amriad forcefully as an adult, when usually she's supposed to be like naturally born. And the only way to save her life was to give her the warder bond, which is done a couple times in the series. The first and only female warder. And she's a great character. She's a fantastic character. She's, like I said, she's one of the heroes of old. There are stories and legends written about her. And her whole gimmick is that she never misses a shot with her silver bow, right? Really fun character. So basically, because of this, it's kind of one of those like, oh yeah, my baby is going to be fine because Min said it, and also I've got Brigitte Silverbow as my warder. So it's kind of fucking annoying. And also, Brigitte's slowly losing her memories of her past lives, which is fucking frightening to her. She doesn't actually even know if she's part of the pattern anymore, if she was forever forced out of the pattern. So kind of feel bad for Brigitte, but we'll get back to Brigitte. Point is, Brigitte saves the day, saves the queen. Okay. And at the end of this book, in the middle of the book, the fight's over, and basically the rebels lose, and they bend the knee to Elaine, and Elaine is officially the Queen of Andor. Now, I think that's... we'll get to it. Hold on. So, kind of jumping forward real quick. Matt gets to Caemlyn after this has happened. And Matt doesn't give a flying fuck about, like, following the orders, right? Like, he's like, dude, if I remember correctly, he waits, like, I think he waits the 30 days, but actually, I have to jump over to the White Tower real quick. I'm sorry. So, White Tower, right? Egwene. prisoner of Elida, and she's actually getting like beaten now, like actually legit beaten, and it's like humiliation. It's like Jesus Christ shit, right? So, but through her resilience, and like I said, Egwene is easy top 5, maybe top 3 characters in this fucking whole series. So good. It sucks that she has such a slow middle arc, but her end arc is so strong and so good that I actually have to ignore her middle arc. It's so goddamn good. So through sheer stubbornness of will and just willpower, she perseveres through all of this. And Viren, the old lady Aes Sedai from earlier, comes to her. Now, I have to do another quick spoiler because this is a very big one. A very big spoiler. I'm very sorry. This will be quick though, I promise. Okay. You guys ready for this shit? So Viren comes to her and says, hey, this entire time, I've been a secret dark friend. Basically, long time ago, she was either faced with, hey, you can die, or you can serve the shadow. So, what she's been doing this entire book, she's been writing down in her little notebook for this entire series. Turns out that that's her secret observations of how the forces of the darkness actually function and work. And a list of every known Black Ajah sister. There's probably more, but it's a lot. And she gives it to Egwene and says, look, I'm on your side. And basically just proceeds to drink a cup of fucking poison. Because she can't spill the beans, right? She can't tell the secrets of the dark unless it's her dying breath. So what she does is she drinks this poison and then spills the beans, right? Because, you know, it's her last breath. So a way around the oaths. So she fucking dies there, right? Now, back to Mat. We'll get back to Egwene, I promise. Back to Mat. So Mat hits that like 30 days and he goes, well, not my problem anymore, and fucking leaves. Now, we talk... Oh, shit, hold on. Back to Mat. Sorry about that. Back to Mat. Mat finishes out his term and says, all right, I'm fucking leaving. I got shit to do. Now, I haven't mentioned this. Very often, but Tom has been with Mat this entire fucking time, for the most part. Tom Maryland, great character, great guy. Now, there's no other way to do this. I have to spoil something that happened, 5-6 books ago. Now, I'm not going to go into the context, but you're going to notice I haven't mentioned her. Moiraine is dead. Allegedly. So, Moiraine, before she died, she wrote a letter to Tom, basically telling him, hey, I'm going to die, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it, but I'm not actually going to be dead. I'm going to be being held prisoner somewhere called the Tower of Genjai. Now, normally, I would hate to spoil this, but it's a huge part of the next book, so it's actually really fucking important. Now, basically, Tom and Mat and at least one other person need to team up and go to the Tower of Genjai and get her out. That's the gist of the mission, and that's what Mat leaves to do, is to go get her out. That's basically how that goes. Now, right after he leaves, unbeknownst to Mat, because he did not read the letter, what Viren wanted him to do was to seal up the Waygate in the basement of one of the houses in Caemlyn. Now, we know about this Waygate. They utilized it in the very first book in Eye of the World to get to Vardara. But hold on, I gotta drink. They utilized it at the beginning. So, we know about this Waygate. Well, it turns out Viren, because she was a dark friend, knew that this was going to happen. So, basically, Mat, because he's Mat, ignored his fucking orders, and dark friends poured through this. And right after she takes the city, right after Elaine takes the city, it is full of Trollocs, and they're burning it. And that's literally how he ended this book, was dark friends taking over the city. Super crazy shit. Now, one more thing, the White Tower. Now, Tuon. She gets back to her. She gets back to fucking goddamn Ebudar. She gets back there and she realizes that she is now the Empress. Now, backtracking with Rand a little bit, I didn't go into everything he did, but he met with Tuon earlier in the book, and he basically, this is before his reawakening. He's like an arrogant fucking prick. Basically meets up with her and she says, yeah, so I'm gonna need you to like bend the knee. And he says, fuck you, bitch. I am bound to shit. Not you, not no one, not the fucking Dark One himself. I am bound to fucking nobody. The fuck out of here. Who the fuck do you think you are? Right. Basically, that was his attitude during the meeting. So she said, okay, bet. And so there's these creatures called Torokin. They're kind of freaky, so be ready. That's a Torokin. Creepy fucking dragon thing that they ride. So, but you guys ever watched that movie Heavy Metal from the 80s? That thing that Tarna rides on? Yeah, it's basically a fucking Torokin. So, basically, or I knew Ori would know exactly what the fuck I was talking about. Hey, Loki, I love to get high as hell and watch that fucking movie. I don't even get high that often, but fuck, man, on edibles, that movie goes so fucking hard. Good God. Holy shit. Point is, they're gonna run this assault force, and they're gonna be mounted, because it's like 1,000 miles, right, to the White Tower. So basically, Tuon says, all right, get all my shock troops together, mount the fuck up, and fly to the White Tower and just start mowing down Aes Sedai. That's the plan. So that's what they do. At like, basically this book, the first half is like setup, and then the whole second half is just bananas, balls to the wall, fucking insanity. So right after there's like a break in the White Tower again, where a lot of sisters kind of recognize Egwene as like actually kind of badass. Like she actually has leadership qualities, whereas Elaida doesn't. So it's kind of causing like a lot of problems in the ranks. So basically, when the Shan-Chan attack the White Tower, it is absolute fucking chaos. They got these Torokin flying around. They got bitches mad, slinging fucking fireballs off the backs of it, blowing holes in the fucking tower. And Egwene basically takes a group of recruits who can barely figure out how to channel. And this is where this scene right here is where I realized, all right, Sanderson kind of knows what he's doing, right? With like cinematic action. Is Egwene with a sa'angreal that she steals, just I'm talking door to door, hallway to hallway, fucking vaporizing the fucking invaders, right? Just blowing them out. And when these sisters go, actually, you're not supposed to be channeling, she says, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm the fucking Amyrlin Seat, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm the Amyrlin Seat, and I'm gonna fucking save this tower. I don't give a fuck what you want to do. You want to sit here and cry? Fucking do it. Sit here and cry like a little fucking baby. Do it. I'm going to save this motherfucker. So go, bitch. And sure enough, everyone kind of just falls in line. It's fucking, dude, mega based. And that right there, that scene is what cemented Egwene as like top 3 favorite characters for me. She is so fucking badass. And Jordan's kind of a master at this. And I know Sanderson wrote the book, but I know for sure that this was a Jordan plot point that he left notes on. Because Jordan knows how to write a female character. This was just one of those ones where like, this is the first time that a female character has resonated so hard with me, where I'm just like, damn, bro, I want to be like her. I want to be that fucking hardcore, like actual inspiration quality shit from a female character for me as a man, right? Like that doesn't happen very often, right? So that was so fucking crazy to me. How do we bring him back to write me a bro? I know, dude, he has so many good female characters, bro. It's fucking crazy around here. Inspirational lady, dude. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, he knows how to write an inspiring woman, because that fucking scene got me. I was like, yo, this woman is fucking badass. This woman is fucking crazy. And sure enough, after the attack is over, oh, also probably one of my favorite things. Elida gets captured by the Shan-Chan, and they fucking put a leash on her like a dog. And that shit is the funniest. Like, I know it's horrible, and now she's a slave forever, but fuck, that shit is funny. Because she kind of deserves it at this point. Like, I didn't really go into the details of Elida and how she rules the White Tower, but yeah, she's not good. She's actually kind of a fucking tyrannical psychopath. So it's pretty fucking funny. It's fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. She's like on the back of the tow rock and like screaming her head off, like, no, you have to let me go. I'm the Armelin Sea. And the fucking girl in front, the Suldam, who I didn't really go into the dynamic between the slaves and the slave masters, but it's basically a owner to pet relationship. And she goes, oh, my little baby, you're upset, aren't you? You're gonna be a good little slave. Don't you worry. I'm gonna take really good care of you, but I need you to shut the fuck up right now. And it was the fucking funniest thing. It was the sweetest justice, right? Where it would have been so easy. It would have been so easy for Egwene to go in there and just fucking vaporize her, but that wouldn't have been as satisfying, you know, for Egwene to just, okay, I turned her to dust and now I'm in charge. For her to get fucking captured like that and turned into fucking Domani is so fucking funny. Dude, I had to pause the book and fucking stop myself from just laughing out loud. It was so fucking hilarious. So Egwene, roundabout way, she becomes the Armelin Sea. A lot happens in this fucking book. This book is, like I said, fucking nuts. And honestly, I know the Sanderson era is very contentious. I know a lot of people have problems with the Sanderson era, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me fucking wrong. I understand. I understand the criticisms. I wish, and I will wish to my dying day, that we would have got the Robert Jordan version of these books. I wish. If I could bring, dude, I'm telling you, man, if I find a genie, I ain't wishing for $1 billion. I am not wishing for shit other than for Robert Jordan to come back and finish these goddamn books, so we can just get his version of them, you know? And I just, damn, man, that book was so good. That was one of those books, man, that just left me in fucking awe. Like, actually in fucking awe. I had such a good time with that book. The whole second half was fucking wild. And honestly, if I'm being for real, I think it edges out Shadow Rising just a little bit, because Shadow Rising still has that nostalgia era charm where no one can fast travel, so that's really nice. But just like every character has such a cool ass fucking scene in this book. Every fucking character gets something where you're like, holy fucking shit, bro. Fucking for real right now? God damn. So that's how that goes.